Good day, friends. I hope you're doing really well. This is Tracy Brown, and my team and I of non-diet dietitians provide trauma-informed care to help you feel safer in your body. So, actually, this message is really heavy on me, on my heart, and it's always been like that since I've been doing this, professionally. Almost, we're in our 17th year of all this, and my own journey's 25 plus years. I've stopped counting at this point. And one of the hardest things for me, and this just really personally, and the saddest things, is seeing people really trapped in health anxiety. And I know the cause of that. I get it that there's so much mind control programming in our culture around this belief that, if we do all the things correctly, if we perform right with our food, our movement, all those kind of things, that that we won't ever get sick, or even inevitably pass away. And I know that those are things that all human beings do grapple with as part of the human experience. But I think that things are just ratcheted up to the thousandth degree because of the constant lose weight to be to not get sick programming. All right. And it makes me really sad because there's so many people walking around in all different shapes and sizes of bodies that are well, and they might have either some habits that are pretty, obviously they have to be sustainable to be consistent, but there's not even perfection in all this, and they're doing all right. So the videos I'm going to do this week are really just about looking at our own programming, because controlling things, controlling your weight, controlling your food, being overly trying to control everything, and worry. So worry is like this mental rumination. It's all based in fear. And the question would be, well, who told you that? And where did you learn that from? And we want to get to some truth here, So in this video, I'm just going to bring up some places that I would love for you to just sit with, get deep down, get your journal, and start to look at what are some of the things that, oh my gosh, mentally we obsess about. It could be as simple as oh, I don't eat well enough. Oh my goodness. I got to eat healthier. It could just be that programming, that anxiety programming. It could be things like if you look in your cabinet and you almost spend a fortune on health products. Some people, the way that their anxiety is medicated is through shelves and shelves and cabinets of, I'm just going to say health products, whatever that means, right? So supplements and basically fill in the blank free XYZ. And I'm not saying that it's wrong or it's a mental illness to take vitamins and stuff like that. That's not the case. What I'm talking about here is just this lack of big picture thinking and flexibility around our eating. So I'm just going to give you some examples of things I see that people do instead of to actually probably more appropriately and more from a place of our window of tolerance and being at peace that we could be doing for our health. Okay. The next video we'll talk a little bit more about the roots of personal roots of people's health anxiety. So in this video, I just want you to start thinking about, oh yeah, I think I kind of do that. And, does that actually make you more well? With that level of either control or rigidity or fear, basically. So some examples that this is going to be thinking that all the supplements and all the pills and the programs and the powders is health. Constantly skipping meals and fasting, constant, maybe health retreats, constant learning, but still the health really isn't any better. Just constant reading about reading diet books, reading health books, just constant. And yet your anxiety is not better, around your health, and you never feel like you're doing it well enough, those kind of things. Either obsessive movement or never moving. I've got a whole list I'm going to put up later. So don't worry about if I didn't list something or if you're experiencing something. Constantly seeking, especially like experts and gurus and programs and stuff like that. If you're struggling with those things, that's a pretty clear sign that we're barking up the wrong tree. What really helps people is looking at the pace of our lives. If we're living a life that we don't even have the time to consider what we want for breakfast, Houston, we have a problem, right? Is if we are wanting our bodies to be in rest and digest, where our bodies have a chance to heal, where our immune systems can be optimal, we can't keep throwing products at it. We've really got to start actually looking at how we think, how we interact with ourselves and each other. So I'm going to make a list of those kind of things as well. It's like, what are some things that I see for people who are long-term in a, I would say devoted and dedicated, but in an obsessive kind of way, that are just kind of slowly over time figuring out, adding thing by thing, how to have a sustainable way of living. That, the best we can, there's a level of physical, mental, and emotional peace and vitality. So I'm going to make a list of those things. Just because it would take too long to do on a video here, but today is about considering what things do you obsess about, whether it's your weight, whether it's a certain way of eating, whether it's regimens and routines that just the moment that something changes, everything falls apart. If you're in any kind of thing like that, and especially if you're constantly looking for ways to hack your health, I think those are, quite entertaining when I listen to this, especially the people who do pretty extreme things with their food or are over routines for their health. Actually, the long term, those bring up in anybody, even people who feel like they have a really strong will, because there's a level of anxiety if they can't do it. They can't be okay if they can't do it. And that's your telltale sign. If you get off routine, or if you sleep in, or go on vacation, or just something changes and you're not doing your routine and the anxiety's creeping in, that that was a fear-based choice, and there's probably some magical thinking around it as well. So y'all, thank you so much. Again, if you watched the beginning of this video, this is a topic that is heavy on my heart, because I do see more and more people struggling with health anxiety as the decades have gone by. So I've seen lots of trends come and go. I've been almost doing this 20 years. Lots and lots of health trends come and go. And there are always these periods of time where it's like there's more fear mongering, a little less, it goes away. It does kind of go in waves. And right now, I would say there's this like high level accumulation of decades now, people, of programming and of worry. And it's hard when you're a person trying to break out of that and other people around you have a lot of that same anxiety. It's really tough. And so this video series is to encourage you not only to get out of the programming, but also how to, stay resilient as you're around other people who are still in it. And it's hard when you're around other people who are in these flight responses with their health to trust your own experience and doing the thing that's right for you. So thank you so much for watching this. This is I think this is going to be a very important series, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it brings some shifts in your awareness and gives you some courage to take some different actions. Please reach out if you need some help with that as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.